the great ones, the Michael Jordans, the Muhammad Ali's, the Mother Teresa's, the Barack Obamas, going through trials, going through tribulations. You know, my mom, she always calls me to tell me to watch different things, you know, on TV. And most of the time, I'll be like, all right, Mom, but I'm kind of busy, so I can't watch that. But a lot of the times it's good stuff. And one time I was able to turn to the TV on to see what she was talking about. She said, turn on CNN. This is the time where the miners down in Chile, where they had been trapped for 69 days and they were coming out. So she said, turn this on, this is moving, this is really moving, y'all. Moving me, so turn it on. So I turned it on, and I was watching, and I was like, man, I started seeing these miners coming out, and each one that came out, the first thing they did was they would kneel down and say a prayer, and then go hug their family. And it made me realize no matter what we're going through, you always want to thank God. And remember that your family is the most important element that you can't have. And that family may extend to, for some of those who may not have direct family that is there in a supportive way, it's still family here. You have your OU family. You have your family that supports you as friends. You know, that's family. So these miners came out and they were hugging their family, and I was like, man, this is moving. And then I saw one miner who came out, and it was a journalist asking him, yo, how did it feel down there? You were down there for 69 days, 33 of you down there going through this. Wow, what did it feel like? Well, and he said, you know, what was it like? Tell me. And the miner said, yeah, I don't want to be rude, but it wasn't 33 of us down there. He said, yes, it was 33 miners down there. How did it feel being down there? And the gentleman said, it wasn't 33 of us down there, it was 34 of us down there, because God was down there with us. And he said, I saw flashes of the devil, but I knew that God was there with us, so I knew I would come through, we would come out of this. And when I heard him say that, I started thinking, man, no matter what you go through, no matter whenever you feel you're in a hole, they were in a hole for 69 days. Some of us stay in holes for longer than that, but always know that God is down there with you. God is right there with you. And you will see flashes of the devil, and the devil may come around and try to disturb you and say certain things to you, and different people will tell you different things, but you don't have to pay attention to that. You have to block that off and know that God is right there with you. You will get out of this hole. You will get out of it. And when you do get out of it, all you have to do is get down on your knee, thank God, and go hug your family and keep moving forward. Many times in my life, I felt like I've accomplished some great things, but I'm always going to face challenges. And I recognize that. And not that I'm looking for them, I'm projecting the best things to happen, but I know that for me to keep becoming a greater human being and a greater child of God and a greater servant to the people, I got to keep learning and experiencing things and going through things. Well, you know, the more you keep going up the mountain, yo, you will be challenged. They say the altitude gets higher, right? Yeah. The altitude gets higher, but I heard a pastor say, you know, you just stop, you take a breath and realize where you are right there at that moment, appreciate the moment, and know you trained and worked hard enough to keep climbing up that mountain. You keep climbing up that mountain because you are prepared and you know your path and you believe in it. Well, nowadays I've been able to be blessed to be in films, pursuing my acting career, putting out music, and being able to share some of my stories through my book. And, you know, I go out for films sometimes, and now, you know, as I want to keep climbing up the mountain, my competition is becoming stronger. You know, it's like now some of the films that I want to be in, you know, they looking for Jamie Foxx or Will Smith first. And let's face it, Will Smith, you know, I ain't knocking him out the box right now, but I will one day. It was just recently that I auditioned for a film, and the casting director told my agent that nah, he's not ready for that. His audition, nah, he's not ready. And it shook my faith a little bit, like, because it was a comedy. It was a comedy that came out with Ben Stiller. And I didn't even get to see the movie either. Right? But anyway, it came out, and And at that time, he said, yo, you know, he's not ready. He's not ready. And it did shake my faith. And I knew that I was being challenged to a certain extent. I stepped back and was kind of like, man, can I do this? Like, because, you know, I had done some drama, but I hadn't really done comedy. And I was like, can I do this? And I heard a voice right behind me. And it was, I turned around, I'm looking, who is it, what's going on? And it was a voice of Emmett Till saying that greatness is in you. Your purpose is greater than you know, so of course you can do it. And I'm here to tell you that greatness is in you, and your purpose is greater than you know, and of course you can do it. So I'd like to thank you and say God bless. Greatness is in you.